A very good afternoon, everyone. We are all gathered here to experience the smartest gadget 2018 has seen. Without further ado, I'd like to call on stage Regional Head, Asus India and South Asia, Mr. Leon Yu. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Leon Yu.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and all the audience in the live stream. Namaste. Welcome to Asus Zenfone 5Z launch event. Before we start today's journey, I would like to take this opportunity to share something with you for Asus Zenfone Max Pro. Now, Zenfone Max Pro has become one of the best-selling smartphones in 10 to 15K segment inside Flipkart. We want to take this opportunity to show our sincerest gratitude for the following. First of all, we'd like to thank you, India. Thank you all. We thank you from the bottom of our heart for choosing Asus Zenfone Max Pro. We never expect Zenfone Max Pro can create such big phenomenon, can create such big love from Indian users. It's really beyond our expectation. And now we work very hard to improve its availability. And we guarantee the supply will be stable in July. Secondly, we want to thank all the esteemed media friends and all the tech leaders for taking our product knowledge so effectively across the Indian users. And we also want to thank you for endorsing our Zenfone Max Pro as one of the best smartphone in its segment. We really appreciate your work and look forward for your continuous support. As a return, we will keep improving our product based on your feedback. And thirdly, we also want to give our special thanks to our partner for Flipkart, from CEO Mr. Kalyan, and to the whole team led by Mr. Ajay and Mr. Arpam, and also Qualcomm team led by the country head, Mr. Rajan. Thank you for your guidance, support, and partnership. We now truly work as one team. Customers are always at the centers of whatever we do in Asus. After we launched the Zenfone Max Pro, we already released 4 software upgrades, which made the phones significantly better, no matter in performance or in new capabilities. Now, our Zenfone Max Pro supports VoLTE across the 4 leading operators in India. And we have better camera performance. We have the latest security update. Other than that, we also have better system performance and better fingerprint and face unlock performance. Last but not least, we know some of our clients are waiting for the 6GB 16-megapixel variant for our Zenfone Max Pro. I would like to remind that such variant is not just an upgrade in hardware. It also requires a significant fine-tuning for the software. And now, I'm happy to announce, finally, the 6GB 16-megapixel variant to be available for sale in July on Flipkart. Thank you very much. That's all my share for Zenfone Max Pro. Today, we have a mission. We want to redefine the flagship smartphone experience. Without further ado, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our global CEO, Mr. Jerry Shen, on stage.
Hello, India. Namaste. Thank you for joining our exciting event. India has always been very close to my heart. Indeed, I'm so excited to be here with all of you. We also aspire to bring the latest and greatest innovation to this market with our strategic partner, Flickr. From day one, it has been my mission to create and deliver an empowering luxury for everyone to enjoy. Moreover, we also want to create products that are tailor-made for the consumers in India. Our Zenfone Max Pro was the first attempt, and it has done extremely well since this April. Thank you so much for your support and feedback. Today, I have also brought another incredible innovation that has been highly admired since NWC. It is a smartphone that will redefine the term flagship. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the Asus Zenfone 5G. Thank you. Thank you. Dhanyavad. It is the fastest smartphone with AI features that will learn your likes and preferences. The Zenfone 5G will be available exclusively through our partner, Flickr. Thank you. Once again, I would like to express my most appreciation to Flickr with their strong support and partnership to bring this completely effortless and joyful smartphone for everyone here. Now, I would also like to invite Dinesh on stage to unveil this incredible hero. Dhanyavad.
Good afternoon, everyone. Namaste, India. Thank you very much for coming to this event. I would like to sincerely thank our global CEO, Jerry Shen, for coming to India every time for every successive launch and giving us incredible support for the Indian market. It shows our deepest commitment to the Indian market. We started our journey in the mobile phone space, all of us, having basic duplex mobile telephones. These later on progressed to a digital network, and our feature phones came into the play. Post that, smartphones revolutionized the whole space, and we had operating systems, and we had millions of apps available to us to take our mobile experience level to a different level altogether. I'm very proud to say that today we want to actually take another leap from smartphones to actually intelligent phones. Let's understand how AI comes into the play and makes the smartphone intelligent. AI actually starts at two levels. The first level of AI in Zenfone 5Z, which you will witness, is at the deep learning level, where the phone's AI engine and the phone's algorithms actually analyze data and create intelligent actionables. The second layer comes from machine learning, so all your actions, all the sensors on the phone are actually sensing what's happening in the environment and how you're using it, and actually learning from you, knowing you better, and then actually customizing and making the phone one of the world's most intuitive smartphones. And that is the scope of AI, which is a much bigger, larger term, which you would witness in Zenfone 5Z. So let's come to the phone itself. And let's start with the design. As with all flagships, Zenfone 5Z is a very, very beautiful phone. On the front and back, you have a 2.5D glass. And in the center, you've got an aluminum body, which is zircon sandblasted and gives an excellent finish and premium feel when you hold the phone. There'll be two exciting colors in which we'll be launching Zenfone 5Z, the latest and fresh Meteor Silver, and another beautiful color, Midnight Blue. Let's go to the display. Zenfone 5Z and Zenfone 5 series, when it launched, actually redefined the display experience in Android space by launching the first notch display. It's a full view display, 6.2 inches, with a 19:9 aspect ratio. It's got full HD plus resolution and a very high 550 nits brightness. In the brightest of sunlights, you can see this display very clearly. And it supports 100% DCI-P3 color space, which means you see colors on this display which are real lifelike. Coming to the notch itself, we built a very, very smart notch operation in Zenfone 5Z. What you're seeing out here is PUBG game which is being executed on the display. You have an option in the apps to actually go and scale them up to the full display view or keep them in the original 18:9 aspect ratio. And you can do that simply from the navigation bar in the display itself, as you can see in the demo out here with the PUBG game. Let's move to now videos. With the videos as well, we give you an option to actually scale them up. So when you actually switch to the horizontal mode, the video would actually play in its default 18:9 aspect ratio. But you've got an option while playing videos to actually scale them up to full view display. And this is, again, something that phones like OnePlus do not do. And if you don't want the notch, you have simply a hide notch feature, with which you can just simply hide the notch, and the notch won't look like it's present on the phone. So we've given you complete power and control over the way you want to use your display with the notch on the Android smartphone. Also, when you use the notch display, one of the key aspects is how do you actually handle notifications? So in our phone, first, the notifications are hidden. But on a simple tap on the left screen top, you would see the notification slider slide down, and you will be able to see the notifications which are there on your phone very easily. And the display not only just does brightness adjustment, but it also does color temperature control by sensing the ambient lighting condition. And thereby, you actually get not only just brighter or dimmer display, but a display which is far more optimized in terms of colors as well, under different lighting conditions. Powering the Zenfone 5Z is the latest, greatest, fastest, and the most intelligent processor, Snapdragon 845. And to talk more about Snapdragon 845, we've got the honor and presence of Mr. Rajan Vagadia, who's now the country head of Qualcomm India. And before Rajan comes up on stage, here's a short video.
and thank you, Dinesh. This indeed is a event which gives us immense pride and pleasure to be here. Qualcomm, as you all know, has been in the forefronts of bringing technology and has been revolutionizing technology in the mobile and the connected world. Here is the device which was launched today, which is sporting Snapdragon 845, which is the flagship chipset from Qualcomm. And in this chipset, 845, essentially runs on the CPU that's our customized Cryo 385. What it brings is 30% improved performance and 30% better power efficiency than the previous generation. So this is something which comes in a flagship, is the demand of the consumers, and today you have that in the Zenfone 5Z. Additionally, something very important that this product brings. Zenfone 5Z integrates the AI engine, the Qualcomm engine, as an integral part of the product. While the product does deliver 30% better power efficiency and performance, the AI engine enables quite a few of the modern and the latest features on artificial intelligence. Basically, the 845 powers a smarter, faster, safer, and a more immersive experience. The experience of this phone, or any phone as such, is built on, typically as we classify, five different pillars. I'll start with performance, which most of us are aware of. And I said, this chipset offers Zenfone 5Z a 30% better power and performance. Security is another element which we all as consumers, as we do more online transactions and our devices become more complex and they become like computers, we probably at Qualcomm take great care about security. Enabled here is in the Qualcomm mobile security block. So this diagram represents some of the blocks which you see. So a chipset is not necessarily just a CPU. It has more blocks, and not these many, far more than this. What is shown here are few of those critical blocks which deliver the 5 experiences we are talking about. Security in terms of secure boot, secure transaction, payment, secure memory. So that's on a top level what a secure chipset gives to the consumer. Connectivity, that is probably most of you would identify Qualcomm with in terms of higher speeds. This product actually is based on X20 LTE modem, which is nothing but the highest and the best above a gigabit speed modem. Apart modem, the connectivity also is about Wi-Fi. And on this product, and on this chipset, we support 802.11ac 2x2 MU MIMO. Simplifying the term, what it benefits to the consumer is that in case of Indian homes where we have thick walls, the penetration and the coverage is far better. So we bring that onto this product. Comes to the other two, AI and immersion. I think I'll take it in the next slide. But also on this block, what you see is the Spectra 280 ISP. You have the Hexagon DSP, and it's supported by acoustic audio, which is basically offers you immersive audio experience. So 3D audio, that experience is enabled primarily because of the acoustic audio. Also the Hexagon 685 DSP offers you primarily the AI applications which run, or the AI experience which run, they run on low power. And this is all about AI. I think some of us believe that AI is a little bit hyped up. I don't believe so. The artificial intelligence conversation which we see in our life today, essentially at Qualcomm, over the last 10 years, we have been working on AI. This product specifically, Zenfone 5Z, actually includes the third generation of our AI engine, which is tightly integrated into the hardware. This actually gives you a 3x more better experience of AI. What it translates into is faster response times. Also, applications like extended reality, AR, VR, those applications run far more effectively with this powerful processor which is there, which runs primarily on the AI engine. In terms of the immersive experience, basically what we mean by that is when you do a video or a gaming or even listening to the favorite tracks, the experience you will have is so differentiated. It has a GPU, which is the Adreno 630, the top of the class, which is the GPU. At the same time, when it's top of the class, it's still 30% more efficient, and also it's improved performance. The Spectra 280 ISP, actually that enables the phone, and this processor delivers 4K video capture and playback. It supports Ultra HD screens. It has 64 times more colors, and also it supports multi-frame noise reduction and electronic image stabilization as some of the features. So net-net, what you have packed in this Zenfone 5Z is the world-class top-end processor that exists on this earth, bringing something which the Indian consumers would be seeing for the first time, that is the AI integration. With that, I would like to welcome Dinesh back on the stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rajen. So as you saw, Zenfone 5Z brings in the fastest and the best flagship processor with a differentiated ability as compared to the other 845 processor phone available in the market, which is artificial intelligence. Now, when we talk about speed, there are three components in Zenfone 5Z which really enable a very, very fast, high-speed performance. Snapdragon 845, plus we've got LPDDR4X RAM, and even the storage memory, which has been used in Zenfone 5Z, is UFS 2.1. This trio creates a killer combination for speed and gives the fastest flagship performance. What you therefore see in Zenfone 5Z is faster boot time. And as compared to the OnePlus 6, it is 3 seconds plus faster. Not only just processing speed where it matters, but it also gives you an amazing, blazing fast connectivity. So in India, we are supporting dual 4G VoLTE, which is again a big function required by the Indian consumers. And now dual 4G VoLTE is supported across all the 4 major carriers in India. You've also got 802.11 AC support with 2x2 MIMO, which again gives you very high speed data on the Wi-Fi. And you've got Bluetooth 5.0. Bluetooth 5.0 actually enables you to connect multiple devices to your phone at the same time. When I drive in my car, my smartwatch and my audio system both connect to Zenfone 5Z seamlessly together. And I keep on getting notifications on my watch even while I drive. Plus, in India, you've got 3 carrier aggregation possibilities. So you've got Cat12 support, you've got GPS support, and you've got also NFC support. Let's move to one of the most important aspects of a flagship today, which is the camera. Zenfone 5Z has intelligent cameras that think for you and give you an amazing flagship camera performance. Let's start with the main camera, which gives you great photos at day, but even better at night. We've actually chosen the 12 megapixel main camera Sony IMX363 sensor. And the reason why we chose this sensor is because it's an ideal combination of a large pixel size and high resolution. so that you get the best possible photography both in day as well as low light conditions. The camera sensor also supports electronic image stabilization, optical image stabilization, and it's got a dual pixel PDF technology which focuses in 0.03 seconds and does also continuous autofocus. Apart from that, another differentiator which we built in terms of hardware is the color correction sensor, something that the other popular flagship smartphone again misses out on. So the color correction sensor actually ensures that the colors which are captured in the images are more accurate. The hardware combination in the camera results into an astounding 5x light sensitivity in Zenfone 5Z. You've got 1.8 aperture, then you've got 4-stop optical image stabilization, you've got the 1.4 micrometer largest pixel size available in a sensor, and you've got the superior capability of the Spectra 280 ISP of Snapdragon 845, all working for you to give you great quality low light images. The 1.4 micrometer pixel size actually results into 96% more light sensitivity as compared to a 1 micrometer pixel. So you can imagine the amount of light that the camera captures and performs in low light conditions. The optical image stabilization that we've used in Zenfone 5Z is also superior and actually takes care of larger amount of variations while you're actually clicking pictures. Plus, we've got a Pro mode, which gives you the kind of functions which you have in your DSLR cameras, and especially the photography enthusiasts would really love it because it allows you to really do amazing amount of settings. And again, for greatest low light performance, you've got shutter speed control up to 32 seconds. And you can actually take long exposure shots which are in really, really low light conditions and give you amazing photography again. Plus, here again, this is where Zenfone 5Z actually really differentiates from the other flagships again. We've given you a secondary camera, which is with a 120-degree wide field of view. Therefore, with the second 8-megapixel wide-angle camera, you can capture pictures which are 200% wider as compared to the normal main camera. Plus, the secondary camera also comes into operation to give you hardware bokeh shots. That's not all. That's just great hardware. This is how the intelligence comes into the Zenfone 5Z camera. First aspect is about scene detection. When we used to use our smartphones earlier, we used to have camera modes available. But I'm sure you would all agree that 95% plus of times we simply shoot it on the auto mode. We don't change the modes while shooting pictures. What Zenfone 5Z, through its artificial intelligence engine, does for you is that it actually detects the scenes that you're going to shoot. Even the text mode, for example, enables you to shoot text very, very clearly. It's got 16 modes built in, and even for popular cats, you've got a differentiation between a dog and a cat. So it really, really brings you amazing amount of options in terms of scene detection, which really cover all your photography scenarios. So whether you shoot a green field or whether you shoot a beautiful ocean, the mode switches automatically, as you can see out here. Again, when you go for holidays to Kashmir or you go to Switzerland for a holiday and you're shooting snow, you won't have reflection coming in your photos because the Zenfone 5Z scene detection would take care of it and give you the best optimized camera settings to click that picture, so that you capture the best moment always. Beautiful sunsets. Not only just scene detection, the Zenfone 5Z AI intelligence also works in photo learning. From time to time, in the gallery option, you will see in the Moments tab, the same photo appear with 2 color effects. And based on the choice that you make of the option that you like, the camera learns, the phone learns, and then it takes pictures with color effects that you would love. I also like this option a lot, which is essentially about very, very intelligently grouping your pictures. So in the People's tab, you can actually select photos of individual people which appear out of all the pictures that you've taken, and select to which album they should belong, like family, college, friends, etc. The next time when you're shooting pictures with your friends and family members, the photos get clubbed automatically. Plus, even when you get pictures over the net, on WhatsApp messaging, etc., these pictures would go and store in those specific folders, making it very easy to find your photos. We also support the super resolution mode. So it's not just about 12 megapixel. Zenfone 5Z, with its super resolution mode, can actually take pictures 4 times higher resolution at 48 megapixel. The way we do it is that in every sequence, in a single shot, we take 4 pictures. And then we stitch it back together with advanced algorithms and the super fast speed of Snapdragon 845 to give you a very detailed 48 megapixel high picture. Also, the front camera, 8 megapixel, is with f2 aperture, and it supports full HD video recording. Plus, it comes with electronic image stabilization, something that I'm sure a lot of bloggers and YouTubers would really love. Another aspect is that all the 3 cameras of this smartphone, Zenfone 5Z, support electronic image stabilization, so that when you are taking your videos, you can actually have electronic image stabilization work across the board. With the Snapdragon 845, you can actually record with the main camera 4K videos at 60 FPS. So while we've spoken a lot about the hardware and the great camera that we built in with the AI engine, we actually put this camera to a real test with an iconic photographer of India, Joseph Radhik. Joseph actually has one of a different specialization, which is actually he takes a lot of wedding photography. And that's very much relevant to our cultural context. We have these situations where our social gatherings are actually happening in lower light conditions and not bright sunlight. And that's where Zenfone 5Z can be put to the ultimate test. And the person who then executes it in those kind of harsh environments and gets the best pictures out is Mr. Joseph Radhik. So hereupon, it's my honor to invite him on the stage to talk about his experience with Zenfone 5Z.
Does this work? Okay. Guys, so far you've heard a lot about how, what, numbers, and a lot of technology stuff, right? So let me actually show you what this phone can do. Because information is one thing, knowing what's under the hood is one thing, but being able to do really good things is a completely different ballgame altogether. So, what makes a good camera? I think Dinesh has it covered, takes megapixel, sensors, HDR, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff which, my mom won't know. All she'll ask me is, does it take a good photo of me and of you, right? So, for me as a professional photographer, this is what makes a great camera. It's any device that can keep up with my vision. That means when I want to make a photo in a certain way, the camera should not be in my way. I should not be making photos in spite of my camera, right? So, these are the 4 biggest things that are super important to me for a good camera, which is speed. It needs to work. When I ask it to take a shot, it needs to take a shot. It can't say, hey Joe, wait a second, booting, starting up. Okay, now processing HDR. No, it needs to work, right? It needs to be intelligent. I can't be shooting a person running and the camera can't default to a slow shutter mode and give me a completely blurred image. It needs to have good color straight out of the bat. Why is this important? Because this is a phone. Unlike DSLRs, I'm not going to copy this image to a laptop and then edit it, right? I need this to go right away to show the world what I just made. And finally, it needs to be simple. Now, some of you might laugh and wonder why a professional photographer might need a simple camera, because my daily life involves operating with a camera with 1,000 fiddles. because it's a phone, end of the day, right? And I want one device in my life to make my life easy, right? So that second line's very important for me. It needs to just work. Honestly, I spent 2 weeks with this in 2 different countries, and I can proudly say that it just works. And there's nothing more. I can finish this presentation here, but I'll go on. It never missed a shot, and I am not joking when I tell you this. It never slowed down once during the shoot. Now, what shoot is this? I'm going to get to this right after. I took the phone out for a spin in Delhi, 2.5 hours. I came back with 583 clicks. Now, that's nuts, but I'm a photographer and I'm allowed to take so many images, right? So, all along, it delivered great dynamic range in all the images, which meant that, it wasn't like 200 images were good and 383 were so-so. It was fine all through. It had punchy contrast and color in every image. This follows on with that, in fact. The user interface is just dead simple. Now, this does have a professional mode, but I didn't use it. Because for me, I wanted to see, will this camera perform without me having to do so many additional gimmicks with it, right? But then, yeah, there is a pro mode. In case you really want it, it's still there. So this is who I am. I'm Joseph Radhik. I photograph love. I shoot weddings. I shoot people. So I was like, I thought first I told Dinesh and the team that I'll go around the streets of Bombay and shoot. Then I was like, hey, what am I doing? I'm a photographer who shoots people. I need to shoot people. So these are very close friends of mine. They got engaged like 2 days ago. And a day before their engagement, I said, I'm coming to Delhi and I'm going to photograph you. And so we did the most cliched things. We went to Jantar Mantar. We went to Humayun's tomb, right? We did everything that a regular person might do. And we made these photos. So that is with the depth effect. That is with the depth effect again. And I'm now going to show you, I think about 8 photos from the shoot. You can be the judge. That's using the AI mode. Just look at that color. That's straight out of the camera, literally. That's the depth effect again. I was really stunned when I took that because I was like, no way this is coming from a phone. Let's go. Okay. That photo I'm really proud of because usually when you take a photo with a phone, when somebody laughs and then you take the photo, so everybody laughs like this, right? And the phone takes the photo at the last minute when they look like they're dying, right? This is at the right moment. So this is about 4 photos and this is the perfect one right there. The detail, the clarity, and guys, I'm not sure about you guys, but I don't think we blow up photos to this size every day, do we? Right? We see them on our phones. If it works here, it'll work on your phone. This is the last evening. This is the last shot of the evening. And a few more, in case you haven't seen. That's the regular camera. This is with using my regular phone as a reflection. And that's Jantar Mantar, cliche photography of Delhi. Okay, that uses the wide angle, the 120-degree vision. So it really gives you that dramatic effect. And the depth effect, I've already seen this photo. So here's something that some of you might ask, Joe, all this is fine, but are you sure you didn't Photoshop these? I mean, is this really a phone? So I thought, instead of telling you guys, I'm going to show you. So here's a video. Lights out. Basically, I've switched over to the wide angle in this, the wide camera, because the regular one just gets this silhouette. But in the wide angle, I can literally see the whole structure. And I'm placing Akshay and Prakriti on the other side, and since they're wearing yellow against a completely red background, this will be visible again. What I'm trying to do is, they're wearing this super yellow bright clothes and there's this really nice red wall. And we've got the initial shot, but I'm trying to put some emotion into it. A little bit of a surprise. That video was also shot with the Asus Zenfone 5Z. That was not shot with a DSLR. And that was completely handheld, by the way. So pretty much this, a great camera should work in any situation. It should get out of the way and it should work for you. So the next question which a lot of people say is, okay, Joe, all this is fine, but we don't usually go to Jantar Mantar and shoot two really good looking people, right? So what happens in daily life? So this is my journey with the camera in all sorts of light. So this is really low light at 10 p.m. At the gateway. If some of you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I post photos from every flight I take. So this is Bombay in the rains. And that is the wide angle camera. Asus team, don't kill me. I was holding the camera out like this from an auto. It says no tension, which I think is very apt for this phone. Low light HDR again, slow shutter, image stabilization. Now, while this is a slow shutter shot, this is 1/11th of a second. That's 0.1 second. It's also shot at ISO 1600, this one, from a phone. And it's brilliant. That was at a Sangeet I was at recently with A.R. Rahman performing. Yeah. So pretty much this, a great camera should give you peace of mind. It should work, and it should give you great photos every time. And I can proudly say this thing works, right? And if anything else, if it gives you that peace of mind, it should make you a Zen master. I thought it was a good pun to close it with. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Joseph. So you saw the kind of astounding photography that Zenfone 5Z would actually deliver to you. So let's move on. So the next important aspect of a flagship that everybody loves is fast charging. Yes, we deliver to you fast charging. We've got Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0. It charges very, very fast, 60% in 38 minutes. It's also got an 18-watt charger inside the box. So how is it different in a flagship segment? How does it redefine the flagship segment? It does that with AI charging. So let me tell you this, fast charging is good, but it also impacts your battery lifespan. It's simple physics. The more you charge your battery faster, the faster it will die. Therefore, what we've actually built in is AI charging. What AI charging does is that it intelligently actually, learns from you when you are putting your phone on charge for extended period and not using it. And after that learning is built in and it determines, okay, from this time to this time, the phone is being charged and you're not using it for a long period of time, it will go on to AI charging mode. And the AI charging will simply charge the battery to 80%, keep it at that level, and 2 hours before you're going to actually start using it, start charging it up to 100%. Now, this charging cycle would result into your battery lifespan going up by 2 times. 2 times. So you've got both the benefit of fast charging, plus your battery also remains more healthy. The other important aspect of fast charging in Zenfone 5Z is the fact that we give you a USB Type-C connector. Therefore, you don't need to worry about leaving your charger at home. When you go out and you've got chargers with higher wattages, like 10 watt or 18 watt, even though they might not support, let's say, Quick Charge 3.0, still, the phone would charge relatively faster. And therefore, you don't have to worry about carrying your specific charger that you get in box. Even in terms of battery benchmarks, when we actually compare it to the other flagship smartphones, Zenfone 5Z actually delivers a much better battery performance. Let's go to this part. This is another amazing part, which is audio. All of us, when we use our smartphones, one of the most used aspects of the smartphone is essentially the audio. Whether you talk on the phone, whether you're listening to music or you're watching videos, audio plays a very important role. And we take the flagship audio experience to a completely different level with Zenfone 5Z. In this phone, we've used 2 5-magnet speakers. Both the receiver speaker and the main speaker are 5-magnet speakers. We've used dual NXP smart amps. This is the first time we've used 2 amps in a single phone. Third, we've also improved our equalizer software which we give with the product to give you even better music. We also support the Qualcomm aptX technology. We also support high-res audio, and the device is high-res audio certified. So you can actually play your FLAC files and experience lossless audio experience on this phone. On the headset front, the phone also supports DTS Headphone X, which give you true surround sound capability. And this is how it works. You know, the sound comes to both amps, and then it goes to two 5-magnet speakers. So you get amazing, loud, clear sound with better bass effect. The 5-magnet speaker on the top at the receiver end produces 27% louder output, and the main 5-magnet speaker gives up to 46% louder output. The high-res audio gives you 4 times better quality than CD. And we also support USB audio output on DAC so that you can actually connect external amps. And some of the audiophiles who love to connect external amps would love this feature, because then it bypasses the internal amps and gives you an option to actually put an external amp when you want to connect it to even more hi-fi devices. This is the new audio wizard and smartphone essentials. So in the phone, you get 3.5mm jack, and also in box, you get a high-res headset, plus the phone supports FM radio. Now, both FM radio and high-res headset are something which are missing out of OnePlus 6 when you actually buy the phone. You don't get it out of the box. And FM, we believe, is one of the essential requirements of India, and that's where our Made for India philosophy comes into play. The headset would support high-res audio and DTS Headphone X. Also, the phone supports 3 mics. This is again a differentiator, which actually results into crystal clear voice experience on the phone when you're talking on the phone and when you're recording videos on the phone. Again, this is a differentiator from OnePlus 6. So even when you are in crowded environments, noisy environments, your voice is being heard very clearly on the other side when you're using Zenfone 5Z. The DTSX essentially gives you the option of either listening to sound in stereo mode or in a home theater kind of surround mode on your high-res headset, which you get with the product. We've also built in smart technologies into ringtone. So next time when you're in a silent environment, your ringtone won't start ringing loudly at the level that you've set, but it will actually start at a slower level, and then it will increase its audio decibels. Zenfone 5Z is an amazing phone for greatest and the best gaming experience. You get the full view display with 550 nits brightness DCI-P3 color gamut. Plus, you get a powerful processor, which is the best in class. You get powerful GPU. You get ultra-fast storage, ultra-fast RAM. And above all, you get a great sound experience. Whether you are playing the game on the headset or whether you are playing the game on the phone, you get the most amazing and immersive gaming experience with Zenfone 5Z. And as you can see here, we've clearly stated that PUBG plays brilliantly on Zenfone 5Z. And we've actually tried it out, and you can actually experience PUBG at our demo zone later in the event today. We've also got face unlock and fingerprint unlock, which operate really, really fast. So you've got 2 most popular security options built in. The face unlock also takes care of the fact that if you try and unlock the phone with your eyes closed, it will not unlock it. Plus, you can also unlock apps with face unlock recognition. The new Zen UI is super simplified and bloat-free. We've got only 14 basic apps which you really need to operate your phone very well, and just 4 third-party installs, out of which 1 can be uninstalled by you. Plus, we've also built in AI into the UI. So artificial intelligence in UI really works to make your life super intuitive. With the OptiFlex technology, The phone learns from you which apps you are most likely to use and keeps those apps in standby. First, when you go to the app drawer, you get suggested apps, wherein you get your most likely used apps at that point of time being suggested to you so that you don't need to search for your apps. Second, it opens the most likely apps up to 1.86 times faster. That means 86 to 87% faster than what it would have opened without the OptiFlex technologies, which makes your speed experience on the phone super cool. And also, for people who are used to having the back key on the right, we've got a customizable navigation bar, so you can choose whether you want your back key operation to be on the left orientation or the right orientation. The smart screens on technology will ensure that under any condition, when you're looking at the phone, whether you're using an application or a video, or even looking at the display in the home screen, the screen would always remain on by detecting your eye movement. One of the key things that we have a problem with when we change our phones is how do we transfer from our previous phone to the new phone seamlessly. And for that, we've really built a package which is amazing for you. The first starts with the app, which is the data transfer app. You just need to download the Asus data transfer app from the Play Store on your old phone and the new phone, and the app would take care of transfer of contacts, photographs, applications, etc., except your app data. It can also work with the iPhone cloud and ensure that from the iPhone cloud itself, all the details are further downloaded into this product. In the box, you get a completely loaded package. So when you buy the Zenfone 5Z, you get actually high-res, high-quality Zen Pro headset. You get a high-quality, transparent, clear case so that you don't need to worry about the back cover as well. And you also get the quick charge 3.0 18-watt adapter. So when you get your Zenfone 5Z, you open the box, you get everything in the package, you download the data transfer app, and you're up and moving with the phone instantly. Now let's come to the variants of the product. The first variant is 6 GB RAM, 64 GB storage with expandable memory. So we've got a hybrid SIM tray in this, which allows you to actually expand your memory. So if you need 64 GB basic storage, you can even expand it later. Something that, again, the most popular flagship, maybe in this segment, misses out on. The second variant that we have is 6 GB RAM and 128 GB internal storage. And the top of the line variant will come with 8 GB RAM and 256 GB internal storage. And this is LPDDR4X RAM and UFS 2.1 blazing fast memory options that you have out here. So these are the three variants, apart from the two colors, that you will have Zenfone 5Z available in India. The product will be exclusively available on Flipkart. And here's the big one. In partnership with Flipkart and ICICI Bank, I'm really proud to announce some amazing offers that you will have on Zenfone 5Z. Unprecedented again in the frame of redefining flagship segment. What you get is a flat 3,000 rupees off when you buy the Zenfone 5Z with ICICI Bank, credit as well as debit cards. Can you believe it, guys? ICICI Bank debit as well as credit cards, 3,000 rupees off instantly when you buy the Zenfone 5Z. Plus, as you know, the CMP program, the Complete Mobile Protection Program, was launched in association and partnership that we have with Flipkart. What CMP offers you, as Ajay had described last time during the launch of Max Pro, if you remember, is again a complete worry-free experience of owning and using a phone. So as you can see here, you know, all your issues, apart from the issues which are covered under the service terms, are actually taken care of by the CMP program. You also get a free pickup and drop facility for your handset. And this program is being offered on Zenfone 5Z at a huge discount at just rupees 499. So a package worth 2,300 rupees, you just get it at 499, which is a 1,700 rupees discount on the CMP package. Plus, apart from that, you would also get EMI options. No cost EMI options, let's be clear about it. Not just EMI, but no cost. You don't have to bear any interest or processing fee, which will start at rupees 3,333 per month when you buy the Zenfone 5Z. So you've got some amazing offers which you will get with Zenfone 5Z when you buy the phone on Flipkart. Plus, with our telecom partner Jio, we bring you an amazing offer again, which is top of the line for the flagship segment. You get the 2,200 rupees cashback, plus over and above that, you get 100 GB additional data over 10 recharges. Along with a flagship phone, we also want to give you a flagship service experience. So for Zenfone 5Z, I'm very, very glad to announce that we already had an invoice-free walk-in service for all our phones. But for every customer who wants a free pickup and drop service, we would provide it free of cost to you on Zenfone 5Z in the warranty period. Apart from that, when you go to the service center with the Zenfone 5Z, you would get one of our previous flagship phones as a swap phone for your current phone, so that you're never left without the phone when you're using a Zenfone 5Z. So we are bringing in a flagship service experience as well when you buy the Zenfone 5Z, and it's not just a flagship product. So in every aspect of the flagship space, we are actually redefining how the flagship space operates. So let's actually now look at this video which summarizes the AI capabilities and the product itself. And it's time, sorry. Okay, it's time for the price release, and here it's out already, so let's see it. I know it's out already. So it's 64 GB version of Zenfone 5Z will be available at 29,999 rupees. And let's move to the next version, which is 6 GB, 128 GB variant. And that will be available at 32,999. And the 8 GB, 256 GB storage variant will be available at 36,999. And with the ICICI Bank credit and debit card, what you get is a further 3,000 rupees instantly off, which takes the price of the base variant from 29,999 to 26,999, and you get the 6 GB, 128 GB variant at 29,999. And the 8 GB, 256 GB variant at 33,999. So friends, that's Zenfone 5Z for you. Look forward to all your support to make Zenfone 5Z again a redefining smartphone in the flagship segment and give it a great response. Thank you very much, everybody. Really appreciate your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause to welcome the smartest phone ever in India. Ladies and gentlemen, to capture this moment, may I please request for a photo opportunity with the following dignitaries on stage. I would like to invite Mr. Jerry Shen, Global CEO of Asus Tech Computer Inc., Mr. Leon Yu, Regional Head, Asus India and South Asia, Mr. Ajay Veer Yadav, Vice President, Mobile and Large Appliances, Flipkart India, and Mr. Rajen Vagadia, Country Manager, Qualcomm India on stage.
I need the mic. Okay, friends, one more thing. Zenfone 5Z will launch in India and will be available for sale on the 9th of July exclusively on Flipkart.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us on stage for this quick photo opportunity. Thank you very, very much. Let's have a round of applause for the gentlemen for joining us on stage. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the launch of the Asus Zenfone 5Z. All right, guys, we have seen their vision. We have heard about the latest experiment. We have seen the value and worth. But have we experienced the Zenfone yet? No, we haven't. So here's your chance to get to know everything about the latest Zenfone 5Z. I would like you to visit the demo zone and feel the Zenfone 5Z yourself, followed by lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, request you to please move towards the experience zone where you can experience the Zenfone 5Z. It's at the demo zone. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today.